Let's see.
That's like jammies. Take your shirt off.
Okay, I subjectively edited that one, but you can see today's subject cares a little too much about men's appearances. Meet Andy Elliott, the Wolf of Main Street, or as I like to call him, Timu Jordan Belfort. Slick salesmanship, coke rants, sleeping with coworkers, and shady backroom dealings. He's done it all. Poor Andy got a tiny fraction of the money Jordan got though, and had to snitch on his bosses to the FBI in order to avoid prison time. Court documents reveal a laundry list of crimes committed and some naughty emails sent to a female superior. Let's dig in.
You don't want to look like you look right now, do you? Okay, then fucking change it.
Andy is a sales and success trainer who uses interesting methods
It's
to
that
teach.
simple.
Shave your head so fucking fast. I would shave his face. I'd fucking throw a tan on his ass. I'd be running him fucking 5 miles a day.
You may have noticed that Andy's trainee next to him on stage was shirtless. We'll get to that later, but the real story begins with the 3 co-owners of the Big Red dealerships in Oklahoma City, Alpha Andy's unscrupulous bosses. Former Norman car dealership owner Chris Mays was sentenced to serve nearly 11 years in federal prison. Mays' charges include wire fraud, conspiracy, issuing forged securities, aggravated identity theft, and obstruction of justice. U.S. Attorney Robert J. Truster announced this sentence and also stated that Mays' co-defendants, Charles Gooch and Courtney Wells, will be sentenced in the coming weeks. We have Chris Mays, the primary owner and ringleader. Charles Gooch, responsible for my favorite case title of all time, United States vs. Gooch, and Courtney Wells, financial controller and naughty coworker. She's on the run in Mexico, married, and doing the nasty with Alpha Andy. Andy claims he didn't send these emails, but if not him, who did?
I want to be the craziest son of a bitch that ever lived. I want to be the guy, and it says he told the truth.
Meet me upstairs after the girls all leave. Your effing P felt so good yesterday, I've got to give my thick C to you again. I want you on your knees, mouth wide open when I walk in so I can slide my C down your T. I have a huge load of C ready for your nasty little mouth after I rail the F out of your tight little pink P. Text me on the CL phone when it's clear and be undressed on your knees.
Hey.
So poetic.
Yeah. I mean, the run-on sentence, I mean, the desire is there. I think there was one period in that whole paragraph.
Right. Did he tweet that out?
It was a business email. No caps. Just I gotta get, oh, baby girl. I can't fucking wait. Oh, Courtney Wells. Oh my God.
I mean, look at that neck, dude.
Dude, that's the neck of desire.
Yes.
Jeez, dude. Meet me upstairs. He didn't even spell upstairs right, dude. He was he just did a line or something.
Oh, God.
Oh man. All right, let's keep going.
Text me on the CL phone when it's clear and be undressed on your knees. This isn't the only time Andy has been explicit about his sex
Hey,
life.
not gonna say I haven't sent a message like that before, but I didn't send it in an email, not to a coworker.
Yeah.
life.
By the way, if you're married and you're watching this, I'm just telling you, dude, we have sex every single day.
Since his current wife works for him, maybe he's always had the boss coworker fetish. Courtney replies, dude, don't hit me up on the company email. I'll for sure let you know when it's clear. My pee is so sore from yesterday. You effed the S out of me. Did you like the pic I sent you of my red swollen pee? And get ready, I'm going to try and S every drop of that load.
What the?
Dude, the best part of that is, dude, don't hit me up on company email. And then she proceeds.
And you just responded in that fashion.
Oh, it's great. Oh, man. Good stuff.
The pic I sent you of my red swollen pee, and get ready, I'm going to try and S every drop of that load. While certainly entertaining, dirty company emails aren't a crime as long as they're consensual. What is sketchy, though, is doing under-the-table cash deals and sleeping with minors. Courtney writes to Andy, don't get caught taking money from these wholesalers. He's for sure not paying attention to anything and hasn't since Lindsay effed those high school boys. Make sure it always runs a profit, and a couple hundred per car to us in cash only from these wholesalers is perfect. Be smart and don't get greedy. Andy replies, I got this. You stress way too much over nothing. I got these guys right where I want them. They bring us cash every week, and I promise the boss man will never find out. I've got him sold on these guys are all straight and would never give us cash under the table. He suspects nothing. Now relax and let daddy do his job.
That feels like, I don't even know if, that's hard to believe that he actually wrote that.
Yeah, dude.
It's like just blatantly like, yeah, this is exactly what we're doing. We're scamming him. He doesn't expect anything. Strange.
Documents detail the full story as Andy lets it all fly under the safety of immunity. Some of his YouTube videos have funny quotes knowing his backstory.
You're an idiot. Fine. Stay down. Drowned. Go ahead, drown, but stop bitching and quit telling everybody you want a better life, because you're a liar.
Getting humiliated while shirtless will likely require that some of these guys see a therapist. Thanks to today's sponsor, BetterHelp, we all can have access to a therapist who can provide us with...
BetterHelp is really the only sponsor you need for this channel.
Not being prosecuted for, aka the stuff the FBI let him off the hook for. According to the first paragraph, what do you get out of this agreement with the United States? To not be prosecuted as long as I tell the truth. All right, and so the first paragraph, you won't be prosecuted by our office for bank fraud, false statements to banks, wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, or any other violations associated with that stuff. Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Andy loves to brag about how much money he made selling cars.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Andy Elliott. Check this out. This will be the one and only, the final time that I show you guys a 1-month paycheck stub. This is going to be from the month of January. This is Elliott Ghetto Productions here. My record month selling cars was $715,000, and I'm going to tell you this. My record for selling cars in the U.S. is $716,000. That was my highest year to date, and that was selling cars, not being a manager, not being a GM, but selling cars, and then making $2 million as being a GM.
But when we look under the hood, we can see where the money came from. Andy and the Big Red team had a crafty system they used to deceive the banks into letting them sell to unqualified buyers. We brought in a lot of bad credit customers. These people came in. A lot of these people have shopped around at different companies. They've tried to purchase vehicles. A lot of them could not all the way purchase because of something. Maybe they had an open trade-in. Maybe they didn't make enough money. Maybe they didn't have a down payment. And at Big Red, we could just really fill in the dots with whatever they needed to make that deal happen. How did you fill in the dots? By inflating income on customers who didn't make income. You know, just basically you could change a credit app to whatever you needed it to fit as long as the bank didn't ask for proof of that. Fake down payments daily. If the bank approval would come back at like $1,500 down, and let's say your customer did not have any money down, well, we would still put $1,500 on the contract. And basically, we could still sell that customer a car, and then in the finance office, we would just give them a receipt showing that they gave us $1,500 down, make a copy of it, put it in the deal, the loan will fund. And we would put it in the back screen on every deal, King Cash, and that means that it was just fake money. It didn't exist. The customers never gave it to us. King Cash sounds like a 70s street pimp, so we're not too far off. This here is a clear-cut case of bank fraud. How much cash down we needed to get the loan done, and then they would give us an approval. And then if the customer didn't have that amount of money, we would just put the difference down that we needed as like a pawn. But we wouldn't tell the bank it was a pawn. We would tell the bank it was cash down. Operating a fake pawn shop only works on Pawn Stars. In real life, it gets you a ticket to prison. This fraudulent system allowed them to give the appearance that they were highly successful. Why did you use King Cash? Well, if somebody didn't have money down and the bank required them to have money down, it was just not a deal. We would have to let the customer leave. So if we put it down on the contract that they did have money down, then they bought a car. So it was how we picked up the market share. Where other stores couldn't sell these customers, we could. Right, so your market share was based on lies? Yeah.
I got 100 employees in my company. I don't have one person making less than 6 figures. My whole team's getting their dream. Your goal is to make sure anybody that rolls with you gets their dream too.
Just generically say again what PAC means. It's just to offset the compensation to the salesperson. So they add money on top of the cost of a vehicle so that the salesperson don't get paid off of it. It's basically just an additional reserve to the dealer. Not so team friendly it seems, Andy.
You're pretty fucking ugly, right?
So she moved back, she got a divorce, and we started a relationship again. And I would go and I would do Bible study with her on Saturday mornings. So I think you said this was when you went to Norman Mitsubishi in January 2016. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Okay, and when you say you started a relationship, what kind of relationship? Like, we're friends again, and then we would go, and she's like, hey, I'm a Christian. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I got saved in 2011. We started talking, and we just were like, we want to try to be better people. We would go and do Bible study on Saturday morning.
And then I would send these emails.
Number one, people don't like the truth anymore.
Well, the truth is, Andy had ulterior motives. I think you told the FBI agent that, during that interview, that Andy kept coming back to you time and time again to get you to agree to take money from him and to approve loans for Norman Yamaha, right? Yes. I think he described you, or told you, gosh, I know you work hard, Donna, and I know that you don't get paid very much. And he told you that he could help you if you would help him, right? Yes. Sure, Andy, I'm sure you're trying to be a better person. Looks like we've got the good old scam in the name of religion going on here. Check your bingo cards. So I was trying to brainwash her to believe that no matter what pressure she was under, gun to the head, that she didn't take any money. And Chris had assured me that there was no way they could. I mean, I never gave her the money out of my bank account, so the money that was given from Courtney out of accounting by Chris's permission, and he said that he could hide traces where they couldn't find that money. And that's why we believe no cash trace. Then she just had to stick to her word. Andy is quite sharp, prepping his team to advance for FBI questioning to avoid the dreaded prisoner's dilemma.
I'm going to tell you this, my entire company, my entire team, if you don't have a six-pack, you don't work for us.
Oh, Andy, we know the real reason you fired employees, and it wasn't because they chose the burger over the salad. Someone else comes in, and I was talking about ethical. They're not going to sell their standards for money. Then they're like, this is messed up, this isn't right. And then we're like, we need this person out of here because we're going to get in trouble or he's going to rat us out. So did they get fired, or what happened to them? How did they leave? We would either just fire them or we would just run them off. How did you run them off? Just probably treating them bad. Removing all ethical employees sounds like a Bond villain.
We went ahead, and me and my wife decided, because we wanted to start a family, we wanted to move out of Oklahoma and go down to Lake Texoma.
Baller Busters has posted a clip of someone saying no one in Oklahoma wanted to do business with him after the dealership situation, and likely because they didn't trust him. This podcast was an opportunity, to be honest, but that doesn't appear to be something he knows how to do.
Like, take your shirt off for a minute.
Andy has a fetish for seeing his sales trainees take their shirt off on stage, as supposedly this exercise best evaluates someone's potential sales performance.
Take your shirt off for a second. Take your shirt off! If you are smart here, and there's another guy next to you, he's smart here and he's fit, he's going to destroy you and he's going to recruit your whole team. Steve, take your shirt off.
Andy loves shirtless men and thinks it's the most important metric for becoming a great salesman.
I'm going to tell you this, my entire...
I would love for him to go up to Elon Musk and tell him to take his shirt off.
Or Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly, this guy has no idea how to... Oh, my God. Anyways.
Entire company, my entire team, if you don't have a six-pack, you don't work for us.
I'm a boss who fires anyone without six-pack abs. I have high standards. If you get hired on in our company, you got a certain amount of time to get your body in shape. Or it just shows me you don't care, Elliot said. I mean, I've got one, a six-pack. 90% of my team has one. And you know, if I say get a six-pack, my team understands what I mean. What isn't shown is his hiring process, where a majority of the interview is done inside a private room where the candidate rips off their shirt. If you want a job at the pool clubs here in Vegas, you legitimately do have your interview with your clothes off. So maybe Alpha Andy is trying to emulate the day clubs here and have his own team of pool boys. If you're wanting to earn 7, 8, 9 plus figures a year, this is the right mastermind for you. If the only requirement is having a six-pack and an incessant desire to take your shirt off in front of Andy, then I'll recruit the Thunder from Down Under boys and get a 20% management fee. The easiest way to 7 figures is by hosting masterminds. He has a mastermind called The Brotherhood, aka Andy's new best friend, where you pay a one-time membership fee of $75,000. Then
Andy's new best friend.
What?
Monthly payment.
75 grand for what?
Yeah, unlike exclusive benefits with a one-time membership fee of 75 grand and then a monthly of 1,600.
And you get his personal phone number, the one that his wife and children call him on.
If you're looking for the closest mentorship available from a high-level coach who is growing at light speed pace, this is it. This is only for the big dogs who are serious and aren't afraid of self-development. This is for people who are unrealistic, unreasonable, and refuse to settle for anything less than the top 1% in their industry. Dude, every word is capitalized. This group is for people that believe in themselves to an insane level. Yes, and who will execute and deliver on whatever Andy teaches.
and just 6.
So a cult.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like...
For 75 grand.
Yeah, it's almost like, what is the saying in Batman? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's like if you reverse it, or it's like you either start a cult or you live long enough to join one or something. I mean, these people are just like, it's all cult shit.
Yeah.
It's like, how far can I push my desires, my way of doing things on everybody and make money?
My agenda.
Yeah.
Yep.
How much of a little dictator can I actually be? Let's see. Let's just make people feel bad for not joining the group. It works. Oh shit, let's do it more.
Car salesman.
$100 a month. Becoming friends with Sydney Sweeney and having her personal phone number might be worth 75 grand, but for Shirtless Andy, I'm not so sure.
But the guys at the dealership where I worked, so I was in the automotive industry and I switched over. I remember a couple of them coming over to my house and telling me, like, just like this, like, we can't wait to watch you fail.
Andy was telling a story about the time in his life where he needed to transition to something else after.
I wonder why. What's funny about guys like Andy,
He's a fucking sleazeball.
right, is guys like Andy are so insecure, right, that they will, become a sleazeball to make money, right? And then the people around them are like, dude, you're a sleazeball. And the thing that they'll take from that is, oh, you don't want me to succeed.
Yeah.
You're a hater.
Haters. You're a hater.
Isn't that wild? To be that insecure, to not see that, like, maybe you are a problem, dude.
After auto sales.
You literally quit your job. You're going broke. You're telling your family you can go do something that you know you can't do. You don't even have a social media account. Like, wake up, man.
His close friends were jabbing him for potentially going broke, but he claims to have been making high 6 figures to 7 figures per year in rural Oklahoma at this time. I've never been to Oklahoma, but I know it would be nearly impossible going broke making $700,000 a year in this city. Maybe I'm looking too much into that interview clip, but I'm skeptical he was as successful as he claims he was, and considering his success persona was built on committing bank fraud, I'm even more skeptical.
If you go to a Starbucks right now and somebody was taking a survey, what do you think about car salesmen? People would say robbers, cheats, thieves, and liars. Question is, what would they say after they met you?
Yes, Andy, congrats. You proved them right. In a way, it's sad. Andy wasn't even the ringleader. There won't be a movie made about his life, but maybe one day you can buy his action figure, Alpha Andy, on Alibaba. Thanks for watching.
That's pretty
So,
good. Man, crazy though.
Man.
Like the insecurity, it's like the 3 videos that we watched. The insecurity in these men it creates so much bullshit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that way.
It really doesn't. And to make matters worse, they're capitalizing off of it.
Yeah.
They're capitalizing off of their own insecurities.
Yeah, and I want to just ask Andy, like, what were you going to say?
And you wonder why society is the way that it is, or one of the reasons. Just, yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to ask Andy, so you say that you're a Christian. Okay. So how does, you know that he didn't make the type of money that you make, right? You know that Jesus was not an entrepreneur, right? He wasn't selling cars either.
Right.
Right? He gave up that pursuit for the kingdom of God, right? And the kingdom of God is within you. So what does all this bullshit that you're talking about, like, what does it mean, dude? Like, in relationship to the person that you say that you've dedicated your life to abide by. What? Explain it to me. Just explain that to me.
He'll probably just explaining God wants me to be successful.
Hell yeah, he does.
And have a 6-pack.
And the 6-pack is, that's baked in. Yeah, Jesus probably had a 6-pack too. Dude was shredded from not eating.
Did. From not eating and also just being a carpenter.
Yeah.
Getting his hands dirty.
Walking around, working on wood, barely eating to get to live. I mean, he was shredded. Jesus was shredded, bro.
That Mediterranean diet, baby.
That's right. Yeah, all that olive oil, red wine,
Fish.
fish, yeah, unleavened bread. Come on, man. Getting
Uh-huh.
shredded on that diet.
Yep.
Very fascinating. Yeah, I mean, I would love to talk to him.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, I
I'd
would
love to
just
get him on the podcast.
yeah, just
and yell it.
yeah, can you all right, you can't sell. All right, just stop selling.
Don't sell right now. Just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Oh, is that it? Is all you are is the selling? That's and that's and look, I mean I'm not saying that to like make fun of him and call him out for being shallow, but like I would love for, like I said with Wes and all those other guys, like I would love for them to come around to the fact that like maybe they should, pursue a better relationship with God, which is going to improve their relationship with other people, serve the needy, care about the less fortunate. Don't just tell them they're weak and they're pathetic because they're not making six figures and they don't have a six-pack.
It's more to life than that,
I think there might be.
Yeah.
Very fascinating. But
Very fascinating.
But they're making money, man, and that's what's wild. And because we were in our 20s at one point, and we didn't know how to make money, and we were confused, and we were like listening to all these guys that talked about it like they had the answers, like the confidence that they had when they were talking about it. They're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll listen to you. All right, how do I do it? And you spend money, you buy a course, and you're like, shit, well, that's not going to help me. And then, you realize, this guy's making way more money from the course that he's selling than he ever did from the thing that he did. No wonder he's selling so hard. No wonder his whole spiel is buy my program. This is the most profitable way to make money, is to have a little bit of success in something and then just sell the shit out of your expertise.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, but it's like men disrespecting and shaming and using other men.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I don't think anything can be that low besides doing it to a female, but
Right. Yeah.
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 Speaking down on another man, dude.
I know.
At the end of the day, it's like we're all in this together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if he ever read anything about what Jesus was talking about, he'd find somewhere where he wanted us to treat each other like brothers.
Right. Do unto others.
Yeah, dude. I've been thinking about that. It's like, you and I have an older brother. And so the way that we have friendships, the way our friendship is based on that initial relationship with our brother.
Yeah.
You can't get past that. Whether it's the best or whether it's the worst, it's based on that. I feel like a lot of people don't even have that base.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, when you're a kid, like you and your brother, like it's all against the world. And then, you grow up and you figure out you're different and you kind of doing your own thing. But like that basis of like, hey man, we're doing this together today. We're going to go into the woods and we're going to survive. We're going to make it out somehow,
We're going to live in a log cabin together when we get older.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the plan.
Same.
Yep.
Same. And a lot of people never had that conversation, never had that brotherly love that is so deep. So that when they hear Jesus say, yeah, treat each other like brothers. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, like bros. No.
Yeah. What's up, bro?
No. It's deeper than that. Yeah. And that's okay that you don't know what that is, but you don't know what that is. So you don't get to speak with authority on that.
Yeah,
sorry.
You don't. 100%.
Sorry. I know my place on things.
Yeah.
But wild, man.
Say that one more time.
No, I just said, I know my place on things, so, it's okay for you to not be the authority on everything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's okay.
Wes Watson, you do not know how to run a business.
Right. Yeah. Hey, though,
So.
dude, that dirty talk in those emails, though.
Oh my God.
That was nice.
While he's married.
Was it while he was married? It has to be, right? They got kids, right?
Yeah, they got kids. That was back from 2017. Yeah, he's got a couple older kids.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. When you see his wife like act the same way as him, you've seen those videos, right? Where she calls out men in the audience.
Yes, I've seen it. She's got a deep voice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's fascinating. Men's leadership, man. Dude, there's a lot on our shoulders. Because one, we hurt each other. If we don't have our hearts in check, right? If we're not actually seeking our own self-awareness and inner peace, then we're going to hurt other men. And then we're going to bring women along with that, and they're just going to be like, "Oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He's the man of my dreams. Like, look, all these other men are listening to him. Yeah, I'm going to follow him too." And you're not cultivating the relationship that you could.
Yep. Wow. Crazy, man. Crazy 2 hours of picking apart,
Trauma
analyzing
stacking.
other men, trauma stacking. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, this should just be a podcast called Male Domination.
Male domination via trauma stacking.
Via trauma stacking.